is going to be a BO1, and onto the casting decks, it is going to be none other than Itami, and joining me will be none other than Asuya after a long time. So, hi Asuya, how are you doing? Been a while since we've been on the desk.
Yeah, yeah, it's been a while. I'm pretty, I would say, happy to be back. Yes, and at the same time, I have heard about Team Eternity Esports, although the other team, which is Aura Incubator, the name is also a pretty unique name, pretty new to me. Let's just see how they play in the scrims though.
Yeah, I agree with that. And this is going to be the first pick for favorable for the side of Team Elite Esports. So, ban section wise, I think there is going to be some kind of changes considering the
Different
fact that
perspectives
the
expose
season
the
has been
same
adjusted
truth.
today, and Hirara has also joined out onto the Land of Dawn. But I'm not so sure about the fact that Hirara is still allowed, because normally onto the tournaments, once a hero releases, it is like after the 10 days only the hero is allowed to pick if it is new. So it could be applied here as well. So we will be seeing onto that. But for now, Elite Esports will be, moving forward with the draft, and it is going to be a Marcel followed up by the Glue as well as the Paquito. So by far, I would say pretty much balanced draft. Nothing much more onto that, because these are the heroes which
Valor
have
and
been
loyalty
dominating
in
the
a
meta,
dead
and
body.
these are the heroes which have been quite valid once they have the first pick priority. So if they are open, then definitely just go for them as the first picks. Jushin is also quite of a ban or a pick priority, and instantly Elite Esports will be
I
responding
am
with a
not the
Jushin.
only one bound by these
There are pretty
chains.
strong bans coming up, especially I would say Leo Mod as well as Paquito. They can be the game changers because think at least Paquito is ridiculously buffed. And you can pick a Kufra to just counter him, but then there are better options. And Zushin, of course, I did hear that she's getting buffed a bit more, but I don't know if that's feasible because she's already pretty, really strong. And I would say one of the few lane counters for the Zushin could be the Gord because
My
he can just
kiss
annoy way too
grants
much
you
from the backlines, and he's
immortality.
pretty good when it
My
comes to
mission is to
dealing the
protect
true damage,
lives.
melting down the tanks, and he can be pretty safe against the Zushin because otherwise she'll just bully you out. With that, who do you think picked up so soon? What do you think about that Phoebus pick, Itami?
I think Phobius is a pretty much good to go pick right now, because if a Paquito comes up, then Phobius is a kind of hero which
Bound
counters
by
out the
heaven's
mobility kind of hero.
mandate,
So Paquito
my
completely
legacy
could have been
shall
relied onto the
endure.
mobility, but onto this game Paquito is banned, and going out for the Phobius, if they are planning to go out with an assassin kind of a jungler, then Phobius could be a go-to pick once he is able to contribute onto the team fights. But at the same time, Aura Incubator will be responding with a Zetian against a Jushin. By far, both of the drafts, it is looking pretty much
Now
balanced
you
to
lead
me.
the way
And
to the next
you know,
adventure.
in terms of picks, I would say they are pretty much updated with the meta. So no orthodox kind of picks coming up, no surprise picks. These are the picks we mostly see onto the tournament kind of lineup, and with that, second banning phase is also quite there. The Sora will be the ban priority,
I've been
considering the
waiting for
fact
too
the
long.
EXP could have been picking up, but Sora could be a waste of a ban because Alice is already there. So is the Hylo. So the
I
EXP as
am
well as the roam is
vengeance
pretty much fixed for the side of Team
incarnate.
Elite Esports. So why would they ban the Sora for? The gold lane Sora is not that valid right now compared to before.
Well, but at the same time, towards the late game, he is, pretty capable of giving game-changing sets. But Ultimate is still available. So I would say,
The
even though
Immortal
not
One
that
chose me to
broken like
vanquish the
before, but still
shadows that
pretty
plague
good
this world.
hero in the XP. Again, I would say, since Zetian was open and she is pretty usable, pretty good with that global ultimate just to reveal the positions of the enemy. Again, I think carry could have been better for Aura because look at Elite Esports, they already banned away the carry considering they have so much tankiness already. A high loss, which is an HP pool, a tank. Same goes for the Alice. Really
3,000 wounds
HP
and
pool
not a
out there.
single
So I think
worthy foe.
traded off that Zetian with the carry. But let's just see what they go for because right now they are going for a very strong early comp. Just look at them. Really strong mage. Kalia is very good in the early. Phobius, of course, like right from the early towards the late, he has that presence. Martis, of course, you would want a good early with the Martis out there. So, but at the same time, Team Elite Esports,
Come
like
on,
Hylos is good in the
Dexter.
early,
It's our
Zushin is also pretty
showtime.
strong, but then Alice shines towards the late game. Same goes for the Claude and Hayabusa. Okay, so we have Alice on the EXP. Balance
Yeah,
Team Com and Team Aura might, they should just be really aggressive in the early if they really want to win this.
I do agree on to that. And elite esports are, let's say, they are mostly onto the late game reliance. They have the Jushin for the early game pokes, but Hayabusa is also there for the cover up. But Claude is going to be needing the Trinity in order to deal some decent amount of damage. But at the same time, like you have already said, on Aura Incubator have the early game kind of draft, and they have the Martis too. So it is going to be a cherry on top if the Martis is like, able to acquire some kills. And his first item priority is definitely going to be the Sky Piercer. So as much as Aura Incubator is going to be playing aggressively right from the start, and if they are able to get out the trades, then it is going to be a win-win kind of a situation. But at the same time, elite esports have that sustained kind of a draft. But on to the early, they might be a little bit squishy, so playing safe would also be a safer option. Hylos doesn't has the mobility, he has the movement, but in terms of initiating the team fight, he needs to make sure the teammates are coming up for a proper follow-up.
Well, exactly, I agree. I'm not a big fan of the Hylos pick out there, especially because there's a Kalia against you. Like, she can just, target lock down someone and look at the threat she provides because I can already see two purifies onto the side of Team Elite right now. Ladies and
I
gentlemen,
do agree.
here we are into the land of dawn. Let's just see which team takes the victory.
Yep, and this time around, Hayabusa jungle against a Martis. So it is going to be a fighter against an assassin onto the jungling lane at least. So farming speed is pretty much the same, and they will be able to contribute quite much. And Hayabusa will be having the mobility thanks to those shadows. But the thing onto the Martis is the early game advantage he has. He tries to go in without the decimation, gets quite popped down, but there's the engage onto the Jushin, uses the purify, but he won't be able to go back. That will be the first blood already for Smasher. Tries to go in for once more, and that will be a double even before getting the Sky Piercer, and that was not a good off trade. And early game Martis is not to be underestimated right there.
I mean, they do have the solution, but then again, that just trades off with ZTN, right? And they already know that they are pretty weak when it comes to that comp of ZTN, the Kalia as well as the Mortis. So I don't think so. Why did they opt for that small minion? Don't want the Mortis to get that level 4, but then again, they just traded away 2 lives. That is not something which you really want to do. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, we do see Alice side situation, but I do he'll be able to play away pretty easily.
No, Hayabusa goes in with the OG Shadow kill. There's the kill onto the Kalea. Will be able to make the follow up. One for none, and they just decide to go back. I think Haya, yes, he used up his flame retribution just to secure up the kill. So Martis could be having the advantage onto the turtle because he does has the retribution right there. But the thing is, the Alice could provide enough vision for the side of Team Elite Esports to make sure the Martis is not going out for the contention. He will be waiting out for the backup instead, and they are trying to get out some visions onto there. Jushin is not yet onto the level 4 mark, so the contest has already started from his side.
Yeah, but then again, Team Aura does have the upper hand because they do have a Phobius, and Alice couldn't offer much right now, even though she is level 4. And just look at the Hylos, he's just a sitting duck. That's why I'm not a big fan of the Hylos out there. Kalia can provide a lot of heals, but we do see the contest
Oh,
coming up.
there's the engage from the Alice as well. Uses the ultimate, but will not be able to connect for at least one of the people. There's the decimation from the Martis as well. Tries to go in. There are some engages going around, and Jushin will be the one able to get the kill. Rajwal is able to get Minjay, and Haya is able to get the kill. Two for one, once again favorable for the side of Team Elite Esports this time, and the turtle contention will be waiting out for now. And Smasher is yet to join out onto the team fight, but there is the killing spree for the Hayabusa, even
Oh,
without getting the Sky Piercer. So trades after trades is going on, and it should be a turtle this time for the side of Team Elite Esports.
it's really surprising how Team Aura, who do have the upper hand, just ended up losing this team fight. I think now they might be in a very situation because just look at the invade coming up. They really don't want Martis to get any of his buffs, does not want that level to increase because he's only level 5. Meanwhile, Hayabusa, who's been just trading kills, his gold is also pretty good. Already level 6, so yep, 2 levels ahead, already has the upper hand when it comes to the retribution. Same time, Claude. rotating all the way from the top to the mid, taking that kill onto the ZT, and another pretty good exchange from the coming from the side of Claude. Like we already know that Claude is the late game marksman, right? And it should be actually Beatrix. Like she will also kill towards the late, but then again does have the upper hand right now, and yet Claude just steadily farming up with very pretty good
Oh,
rotations out there.
there's the Fury of the Phoenix from the Zetiano, but she won't be able to escape out there onto that. Glorious Pathway being used out in order to retreat, and they will be able to get off a trade even if the Fury of the Phoenix was used out. Beatrix goes in for the kill, but that is not going to be enough damage.
Oh,
Uses the flicker, but there might be the OG Shadow kill to secure the kill, and just like that, that will be a mega for the Hayabusa already onto the rampage, and he has a huge bounty onto his name already. Might go in with the Blazing Red, but no. Claude has the farm advantage at least. So now Alice is all alone trying to sustain it out. But there is a follow up from the Jushin coming up, and most probably they might be trying out to disengage. But no, Crimson Beacon as well as the follower from the Alice also comes up. Infernal Pursuit as well as the invasion from coming up. Glorious Pathway being used out from the Hylos, and that will be a kill onto the Martis. Infernal Pursuits comes around. He might be able to sustain it out, but that will be an unstoppable, as well as the Flame Retribution being used out by the Hayabusa might be going out for the double, but Minjay is the one able to get the kill. A 3 for none once again for the side of Team Elite Esports, completely winning out when it comes out onto the team fights. The Sky Piercer will be taken up from the Jushin this time. So I actually would like to look at the items as soon as possible. And yeah, that is going to be the okay, that is a Warax actually, and it is the Fury Hammer. So before even the Sky Piercer, he decided to go out with the Jushin, who will be getting the Sky Piercer for their side, and he will be completing up with the Warax. The damage is good enough, so I guess that is a wise decision to be honest.
yep, definitely. And I would say like Hayabusa, he is kind of a risk jungler out there because you want him to farm up. He wants to perform well. If he does not get that early game snowball, not work out. And we already know Team Elite has done such a good job with that Hayabusa. He's so farmed up, and no wonder he's performing
Oh,
so well. So that was kind of a waste of an ultimate because for all, even they know right now that they are behind in gold, behind in levels, behind in
OG
damage.
Shadow
Okay, once
kill.
again.
Once again, the trade monster for the Hayabusa. There's the pop up coming out from the Jushin. The Lantern will be able to do enough damage. That will be a double for the Jushin. Just like that, it is going to be 20 stacks onto her. Fourth kill onto her name, and once again a 3 for none, as well as the turtle going up for the side of Team Elite Esports, completely winning out onto the team fights.
This is what I was talking about. Phobias is a great pick, but then again, we haven't seen much impact coming from Phobias, right? And
Oh
just look at
no.
Zican gets traded off way too easily at this point because damage from the side of Team Elite way too ahead in levels. Just look at the gold gap out there 21.8k versus 13.9. That is too much. And Team Elite even knows right now that no wonder, like, even if we go, just go pretty fearlessly because
Oh,
have
that will
the
be a
damage.
shutdown actually onto the Hayabusa. There's the engage coming up from the Alice, comes up with a follow up, but the jungler will be taken down onto the process. Zushin is still there, and that will be a triple onto her name with the Queen's wings. 3
Well,
for
yep,
1,
and
and
with
still a win kind of situation for them.
Yep, and with this, the most important inhibitor, the mid lane first tier just goes down. For the side of Team Aura, they are pretty back. I would say they should maybe just regroup right now. Doofy, Claude is so farmed up, coming up, and I think even Beatrix, maybe at this point they just need to sit out and wait that the marksman farms up. One more thing which I'm noticing is Team Aura, they're not together. Or maybe there is some lack of, communication. It's like randomly they're using
Oh,
okay.
Tsunami Slam as well as the Flicker. There's the Fury of the Phoenix coming up as well. Follow ups are there, but lot of resources being wasted out from the side of Team Aura Incubator. Legendary for the Jushin might be a double as well as might be a triple as well from a side. Has the Sky Piercer stacks, and that is going to be almost able to get the kills. But still, the follow up will be coming up. Blazing Duet from the Claude. Dofi is able to get the kill, and once again, it is a 3 for 1 trade. Actually, a 4 for 1 this time for the side of Team Elite Esports. Almost a complete wipeout, but they won't be wasting any much more time from here, directly going out for one of the main neutral objectives, that is going to be the Lord.
Yep, I would say, like, even though I would say the faster they end it, it is better. But then again, they do have the late game advantage onto their side, right? Meanwhile, Team Aura only has the Beatrix themselves, and Zetian might give a bit more damage. But then again, the main person which you want to farm up, the main person which you really want to protect is the Beatrix. But then again, when the team fights happen, I do see that there's not enough space for the marksman to deal that damage because Zushin continuously, if you do see the way she's locking down the Beatrix, her priority lies on Beatrix. It's like, no matter what happens, I'm not gonna let you go. She just, disrupts her space. She just disrupts the marksman, does not
Oh
allow her to deal
wow.
damage. But meanwhile, 1v3, Kerala, she's so tanky at this point, and that's why I was saying they should have prioritized that carry pick because at this point, who are
Oh, onto the top. The Alice is just wasting enough time for the other people. That is going to be a double for the Jushin once again. They might be trying out to go for the end directly without wasting any further more time. The recalls are there, but it might still not be enough for the side of Team Honor Incubator. They are trying their best to defend it out, but it won't be enough. Team Elite Esports will be the one able to get the game by just the first lot. Early game advantage was one of the major reasons they won out onto the game, and there you go, a clean victory coming out from the side.
definitely, even though the team Aura, they did have a better early, but somehow they were not able to utilize it well. Did see towards the first turtle, Alice went off really low HP. She managed to escape. Zushin, very low HP, managed to escape and instead takes down the Mortis. And of course, Hayabusa, the way he was, waiting out for kills, the way he was playing so safe. And the jungler, I would say, did an amazing job out there. He gave the carry, which they actually were actually losing in the beginning because they gave away 2 kills, and yet they did a comeback from there. I would say pretty good job coming from the Hayabusa. And of course, Alice towards the late game, even the Claude, I would say, the way he was rotating, the way he was always, playing safe, and yet at the same time, he was having as much gold as possible. And yes, of course, I would say there was some lack of rotation coming from the side of the Kalia because the marksman, Beatrix, not even a single rotation to the gold lane. You wouldn't really want that, right?
Yeah, I completely agree on that. And the fact that the Claude was able to free farm onto his lane and he was getting the enough vision for the side of their team so that he would not be the one actually going out to check out for the bushes, and the Roma as well as the other members were doing the job. And before the Jushin got the spike, Hayabusa was the one who was able to get enough trades as well as able to get enough neutral objectives, even if regardless of the fact they had the Martis and he was the one who was able to acquire the double, they were able to bounce back onto this. So it was quite great of a trade and it was quite great of a game coming up from their side. So Elite Esports will be the one able to get the first game, and we will be back with another one that is going to be between Team Justice going up against Team Velocity Esports, which is going to be the second match. But before that, we will be taking a short break. So if you have just joined the stream, then please like, share, and be active onto the live chat. That is going to be helping the stream to grow as well as the organization to be quite. It will support out the organization to as well to do really better. So till then, stay tuned. We will be back.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the MOBA Warmup Clash series. We just had the first game, quite a dominant fashion to win, and right now we're going to be heading towards the second one. And looking forward to, of course, this matchup as well. While we wait, of course, for the draft to begin, let me introduce myself once more. I am Ray, and I am going to be joining by, of course, the best analyst in India. It is going to be Debbie Dukgul.
Yeah,
Should I say your full name? Nah, I'm just kidding.
no, you're gonna butcher it. No.
No. I won't butcher it. Hey, no. But anyways, we're going to be having the match between Justice and Velocity Sports. So let's go into the game.
Waiting for too long.
Yeah, this is what I'm waiting for when drafting face because, as we all know, there's already a very big change up into the patch notes. But I think it will not be targeted around the gold lane area. It's more onto the jungle and the EXP side, and a bit of a change into the roaming position as well. So now it will be dependent on how well any teams can actually adapt to those kind of new changes. So Velocity Esports and Justice, I think they're gonna have to stick still with the usual draft that we are very familiar with. Because look at that, it's a Freya and a Phobos steel ban. Interesting enough, these two heroes just received a nerf, man.
mag show of all time.
To be fair, Debbie, the patch
Mhm.
just arrived. Teams are not
Yeah.
accustomed to it.
Yep.
Just now, obviously, I saw one of the teams, of course, Mooncrest, trying with the Balmon, and he suffered really horribly. So, yeah, opting to, not go for first day patch first heroes, yeah, it is, I believe, the better choice. And two, I'm going to be honest, what the heck is this patch? This is all dark system heroes. What do you mean Balmon, Saber, Argus? Oh my god. Ruby, I like Ruby. Ruby
Ruby,
is
I
good,
like.
but
Yeah.
yeah, but like the rest, I mean, no disrespect to you, Crucifix, but Argus Saber, goddamn, that too very unnecessary buffs. Let me tell you, Saber gets his late game damage boost. Wow, like late game he needs more damage,
Sure.
buddy.
Yeah.
He's suffering in the early game to scale to the late. You're supposed to give him that. But anyways, I'm at least gonna be getting my wife once more. Thank you, Justice, for picking
Oh,
it, and Velocity, thank you for not banning it. Never bans your
nice. I think it's like, Jason is kind of a hero now that is going to be available more into the team fights. But then again, with the recent change of that series shifts, I think it's more of a buff for some players because you have faster reason on your mana, but you're going to be losing it more. So if you want to play in some particular scenarios, you can actually adapt to that in game. So I think it have value right now more than before. So it's gonna be a very bit of a risky one to take it to. But Velocity though, they are so strongly acquainted with the first pick that they have so far right now with the Lapu Lapu, one of my favorite hero. Not that I love playing, I love watching it play, if you know what I mean. But yeah, this is a hero that usually signs into the XP lane, so I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a comfort, right? But whatever is it that teams are lacking the clean. It's you and me again, Ray, casting a clean.
I think it's time we call back Bolty to the casting desk. They're calling for it at this point, They're just trying to ask. Sorry, not ask. Basically, I mean, I guess Bolty's trying to come back, Bolty, Clint is
Yeah.
coming back to the meta. You should be trying to
Clint's
come
coming
and
back.
cast here, buddy. Not doing this
Yeah.
kind of stuff, yeah? Quit your streaming and like come here and make some
Here.
Nah, he's making more money on streaming. That's why he's there. But jokes aside, though, we're right now going to be getting, of course, the pick into the Grog, and right now the bans into the Zatian and the Leomord, and etc. 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 For now, we get that Hylos pick with
Oh.
what looks to the ban with what looks to be, what is the last one going to be?
Ben.
Any guesses?
Okay. Oh, Valentina. Okay, that could have been much of a better choice for Velocity to pick it up, but because of the Sora, of course. Oh, a good deny coming through as well for Velocity Esports. They picked away the Guinevere, which is surprising enough, making it to the second phase so far because the competition is definitely going to be there. Justice still sticking with the Brethren even against the Guinevere, this is something surprising, but then again, if you are very strong enough to hold into your early phases of the game, then you can definitely do that because they want to play around the Clint, which I don't mind. Clint, it's the hero that I mind. It's just that you really require at least, like, imagine, man, you need to have at least a first two turtles to get the Clint to be active around the map, and that hardly happens in this current patch, right? You don't get two turtles, you get trade outs all over the place, and you don't have that snowball.
I think that's going to be like, Debbie, obviously the execution is the core factor, but
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing, Debbie.
Yeah.
Zushin, my wife is too strong.
Oh man, I had a
Counter argument.
scenario. Counter
Very valid,
argument just
isn't it?
because of Zushin.
Very,
Okay.
like, you know that meme? Just say
Mhm.
approved.
Approved, and then yeah, okay, that one. Okay, I'll just take it for now. Let's forget about the clean for now. So we'll focus more on the deduction.
Yeah,
But
focus everything on Zushin.
man, we gotta do that sometimes because Jushin is just getting all the spotlights, and the clean should be ignored for a while. I just gonna cover it
Yeah,
from
imagine
my screen.
looking at a man. Like,
Yeah.
imagine when you have such a pretty woman in the draft. But hey,
Alright.
we're in the land of Don, Debbie. We're going in
Yeah.
between Justice and Velocity. What is the best of one scrims? They're out here,
Mm-hmm.
maybe trying something new, maybe trying something different, or maybe they're just trying to refine what is already good, which is of course my Zushin. But yeah, anyways, right now getting the dual vision on both of the junglers, they are going for those broken walls purple. This map does give a lot of leeway to the junglers that do not the heroes that do not have dashes, and gives them more rotation, but at the same time it does give you more leeway to get invaded, to get more flank from your opponent. So let's watch out how it goes. Who do you think will get the first blood? Say Zushin, or you're wrong.
Okay, Jushin, let's go. But then the follow-up Devon is definitely going to be there. But then again, most of the time when you see an Atlas, it's highly likely to have that early aggression, right? But you have to be careful on where you place your skills, because with the current change up that he have, I usually say that the Atlas is very, very squishy. But this time around, he got a increase in his HP base as well. So I'm trying to banking on him to get that to get that tankiness into the early phases of the game just a little bit though, so that kind of helped them for a while. But velocity, it's surprising to see that a Guinevere Winter Shadow is actually on the impure range. Nah.
Bottom lane right now, the Grog does look like he might be taking that smack to the face. He might become the first blood, like I mentioned. Oh, but he's unfortunately is too bit tanky to be doing anything about it. But yeah, could have been a first blood for Zushin, the one I'm rooting for, obviously. But the Atlas, I feel like he conveniently started showing up more after MPLID started picking up the Atlas. Wow, what a coincidence! They must not be copying each other, right?
Right,
Top
that's what I'm
lane.
talking
Hey,
about.
hey, Guinevere. No, it's
Okay.
not the Zushin. It's the Guinevere getting the first blood, because that's what three people should have been a little bit more careful out there, man. But anyways, right now, Turtle gonna be coming in. Sora does land out a really good stun. That's gonna be a Lapu though. Immunes it out, but at the same time, Guinevere coming in. That's gonna be the bonk, but Zushin comes in with the Crimson Beacon. Grog joins the team fight as well. Doesn't have the ultimate to go for the tech charge, but Zushin taking a really, really low. Bonk coming in, but unfortunately, that retribution was not on point. It's gonna be going down, and with this, Fredrin, I believe, my friend, you're also falling down.
You can't be an appraisal if you are taken down that early on into the team fight, but Velocity Esports perfect with the rotation up on top lane, which is what I usually recommend doing, because there's always going to be a turtle spotting it out, and you have to have a very good gang onto the opponent XP side so that you will be able to get that first neutral objective that can give it a way for you to accumulate some gold. And now Velocity are doing exactly that. I think this is how they usually play, is sticking to the textbook on the way that macros things work out, because that's nothing that's very tough, and they are working so well with the draft that they had so far. I just had a complaint about the lethal ignition that the Guinevere is onto. It has to be either temporal rage or the impure rage, so that you'll be able to stay active across the map, and you don't really need the damage item as well. But they did really well here into the early phases, so clean for the snowball. I think it's already dead again, Ray.
Apologies for the cutoff there. I think we have some, problem with the app that we're using right now. But nevertheless, we're gonna have to get back to the game directly here. So let's see there. A bit of a change up that happened into the kill count so far. 4 to 5 is the score in favor of velocity. And I think they also have a great, there's no goalie whatsoever. This is going to be an equalizer and the goal and monster as well. But right now, bot lane is what they really want to focus on, which is what they should have been doing since the start of the game. And I think Justice, they know really well that the cleanse will have the damage that they need if they go and play for the early game, especially against a hero like the Claude. I'm talking about the Claude have a big change up into his playstyle right now. I think he's now more of a marksman that focused onto the late game. Of course, he's always going to be focused onto the late game, but usually most of the time, the Claude has the time to join onto the team fights into that second turbo timer. But this time around, he won't be able to do that. He's going to be dependent on the amount of crops of the items that he have. But top lane, though, a bit of a crowd control and a gank happening up on top, but that's going to be a Lapu after all. He's not a vulnerable hero to gank upon. Meanwhile, on the bottom, going to be the Violet Requiem and Joker. That's the thing that, by the way, the cowboy will be taken out of the picture here. A bit of a late rotation coming through from the LS here. He might for the fatal link. That's going to be a damage coming through as well. Zoro trying to go in so far. Damage coming in. This is going to be another engage in the wall coming in. The displacement coming through. And Kazin will be taken down as well. And that's over here and there. But there's nothing that Velocity can do right now. Have to create out their rumor for a goal laner, I presume, but they still have the chance to set up for the neutral objective if they want.
Am I audible?
They have to wait a little bit of it.
Am I audible?
At least they are going to try to get back into the fight here right now, but Sora will be taken down as well. The Egyptian trying to go in, and again the Purifier will be used as well. That's going to be Tipu is live voice. He will be taken down. So that's going to be the ball coming through. Joker will be removed out of the picture again. So many low HP, and Joro will be taken down on top of it all. And that's not going to be a good coming through from the final justice onto the bottom lane. That's going to be a song coming through. Please just right in. That's one HP down, and Ghost will be taken down with a killing spree coming through from the Brethren right now. Viper Chan will be able to find the right targeting and finally showing something in the game after suffering for the whole 5 minutes that he had so far right now with 0 turtles. But hey,
can you hear me, Debbie?
But he's in a very, very good position right now. He wants to get
okay. Can you hear me, Debbie? Not too sure about it, but looks like we're going to be seeing a team fight into the mids. We're going to getting bodies are going to be falling left and right as the team fight's going to be going in further and more. But at the same time, looks like Atlas barely skips it off and retreats as well. And sorry for my little bit of a disappearance, but hopefully I'm back right now. Debbie, can you hear me? Looks like she's also facing some issues on her end. Well, until then, we're going to be getting the Lord fight. Going to be popping in 9 for 12. And Velocity Esports do not get this Lord out of it. Fredrin is going to be able to take it with no issues whatsoever. They take it away. At the same time, Guinevere still going in. Valir's damage is definitely impacting tremendously to the Fredrin. Here comes another knock-up. Another valid Puissance. One to the Guinevere. But the bonk might be coming in here. No, it is not on point. Guinevere falls down. At the same time, there's going to be the Claude. Grog gets out of it with the tech charge. And they're going to be going back for now. Lapu still going in strong. Quite low HP. Still trying to fight out something. But doesn't really get anything out of here. What is it going to be? Into the mid lane. Debbie, are you back with me?
I'm totally back, but this is definitely annoying, man. Look at that, though.
They do get the Lord here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of delayed. Man.
Oh, you're facing a little bit of delays?
I'm gonna curse out, but I'm gonna keep smiling because we have a very, very good camera, fan cam objective.
Yeah. At least that is something good. I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
had to disappear a little bit. I faced the disconnection myself, had to restart, and now I'm back. And looks like you're facing some issues too. Ah man, that sucks for you.
It's the app. God damn. Let's go.
Okay, mid lane. We're gonna be getting that little bit
Oh,
of ink. They're losing the targets right here. What do they get out of it? At the same time, the engage is still going to be going. Zushin going to be falling out. Atlas falls in the next into the list. Fredrin still going in strong. They get the ball, and the kill is going to be there. Let's see what happens as they keep on following through. Still going strong. What do they commit to it? They're still going to be going. Sora not looking good. And I believe he's going to fall. And yes, he does.
man.
Lost still going in.
Oh!
Oh my goodness. I think my voice didn't even go through. Nice death cam, bruh.
That's calm.
Fredrin
That's gonna.
is now
Yeah,
caught in
okay.
the midst of a pretty awkward place right now.
You gotta be careful, man. You gotta sow your aura right there. I think this guy into the later part of the game has become so much tankier than we imagine him to be, and now he will be able to tank out the damage that's coming through from the cloud or even the Guinevere for the matter, but he has to be a little bit careful about the Valier still, so that's what they are waiting for actually. If they take the Valier, which is Winter Ghost by the way, out of the equation, I think Justice can actually play around the Fredrin, and Viper Chan can actually have a better time into those team fights.
Oh yeah, and I think with the score settled and everything, into the mid lane and to and fro. Would
This is definitely gonna be something that we have to focus on about, because now Cousin is trying to give a little bit of a vision here and there. A good scout coming through because they wanted to go for the Lord here. They are trying to equalize onto the lane so far and to the far lane side, but then again, it's into their favor for the side of Velocity here because they have one more turret left standing for their side as well. So that's what they are waiting for. Lord's gonna be taken down as well, but Viper Chan might be onto something, and that's gonna be the tech charge coming through. Shadow Clutch will be taken down as well, but then to the other side is gonna be the stun coming in as well. Viper Chan will be removed. On top of that, Zucker will be the next into the line. The taunts coming through as well, and the damage in Zoro will be taken down as well. That is gonna be a complete wiped out coming through. Velocity trying to sow out the taunts, the recalls into the bases of Justice. Right now they are marching in with their lord into the base. The minions are there, but will it be enough? Because Justice, they cannot stand a chance. Velocity will be able to win this game with a beautiful set of crowd controls that they have so far. Amazingly well done, Velocity. This is the second time that we have seen them play in these scrims and won it out very well with a bit of a hiccups here and there, but they found their way right to in. And yeah, it's gonna be the MVP. That is the Valier. Yeah, okay, this is a usually you want to say that the Valier is a bit of a utility side, but when he have this much of damage, and the way that he was able, we have a bit of an issue here and there into this game so far right now, but Velocity, they pull through so well, even with a bit of a hiccup here and there into the team fight combinations, but Justice cannot stand a chance. They were trying to look for something of a comeback into the early stage of the game. Oh, not just the early, into the later part, but yeah, one fight was all it takes. It's not really recommended to go for the fights when you are already onto the losing side, especially when you see a lot being taken down by the opponent team. So I suggest people to not do that again, because that is definitely going to be a very bad call. We could see this was a perfect example, but for now I think Ray is also gone, so we gotta say a goodbye for this game. We're gonna have to take a short break, and we will be coming back with another scrim.
Wei, senpai.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the MOBA warm-up class series. We're going to be obviously jumping straight back into another game of the scrims in this lovely week. Not the weekend, of course. Weekend is very lovely, but that is for the holidays. For the busy days, we are going to be scrimming and we're going to be fighting. For now, obviously, I am coming back again once more onto the casting desk. But with me is not going to be Debbie this time around. It's going to be another really nice lady. It's going to be Yuna. Once. Okay.
Hello.
I was paying attention somewhere else. That was kind of pointless. But yeah, Yuna, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. And what about you?
I'm doing, I guess, decent. I'm a little bit hungry for sure. We'll definitely have to eat after this game is over. But hopefully, this game does give me good enough, what do you say, enrichment from the excitement itself. For now, my duck barks. I have no idea how does that even make sense. And on the other side, we have Team BIT. And with this, we're going to be looking forward to, of course, another exhilarating game on our hands. And first pick is obviously My Duck Bites, as I mentioned. Paquito Ban, what do you think the next ones are going to be?
I swear to protect it till my last
I guess it might be hero if it's allowed. If it's not, then they might go for Zayden or Jushin. But now they're going for the Freya band, though she is nerfed out, but still you cannot underestimate her. With that, we can see a Suyo band coming out because the Suyo with his early high damage, and also he has an advantage in an early game. He doesn't need to even hit that level first, so it will be really easy for him to go to the goal lane firstly, or otherwise he can go and invade. But right now it's gonna be a picking phase. So what will be their first pick? As I said, the Jushin is banned, so maybe they might go for Caricature is also their high lows, and many heroes, 25 heroes got buffed, so they might be anything.
Honestly, the recent patch note heroes, they've just been mostly the dark system ones.
Exactly.
Like the Argus, the Saber, the Balmon. It's not something you would like to see, honestly, often. But hey, since this is scrims, not official, like full-on tournament where if losing means the disqualification, I believe they can definitely try it out. Scrims is where you can kind of experiment things. So I believe it's the golden opportunity where they can give it a try. But let's wait out for a while. For now, Zushin is gone. Marcel is open though. They can, but it's scrims. Maybe they don't want to go for that much of a try hard.
It depends, but if I was in their position, I would definitely take the Marshall because he have a really good mobility. With that, he can even easily give the vision and stuff. But ooh, look at that, Hirara, beautiful lady into the light of dawn, just making her presence over this screen. So let's see how it's gonna go. And they already have this new jungler. She has really good damage. Plus she has some mobility, but also you need to know her combos, like when to dive in, how at what time you need to go in. And we can see the team beat taking that Marshall into their hands, and it will be a Lapu Lapu, a good EXP laner who can go to the back liner and mark onto their damage dealers. But to respond that, we have the Yuzhong, a good EXP laner too. So these are really pretty picks. And with that, it will be the Moscow and the God.
They commit with the Gord and the Yuzhong and the Moscow and the Lapu Lapu, like you mentioned. Since they're right now going to be coming in, I believe, obviously, My Duck Barks does have the better, but at the same time, give me a sec. I'm thinking through. Continue, Yuna.
Okay, sure. So with that, the first picking phase ends here, and we can see the head getting to ban how this hero with the mobile just with that damage you will get once he's farmed up, but they're banning Rita. I mean, this hero is really dangerous into the middle lane. She has the damage, and once she hit a level 4, it will be a hard time when God is casting a skill, and if the Kadita comes out from anywhere with the Petrify with the rough waves, their damage dealer will be gone dead. So let's see. Okay, is it an Atlas or something? I cannot see properly the last band from the team beat. So let's see what will be the last band coming up.
Only his tentacles.
Oh, really?
Yeah, only his tentacles,
Exactly.
unfortunately.
Definitely an Octopus tentacle. Yeah, I mean he's very annoying. Okay, like I met him one match, and his stuns are really annoying. Oh my god, that's really annoying for the jungler as well for the roamer. Like he's coming with the stuns, slowing down the moments, and with that ultimate, he's gathering up all the people. So it's kind of dangerous, when he hits that crowd control into his hands. But what will be the last ban? Okay, I'm not able to see the last ban of the side of the team. My duck.
Last, I think, did they miss it? I think they missed it. Yeah. So yeah, it's a missed ban,
So,
and we can let it be. Maybe they were thinking too long, and it's just gone. But anyways, it doesn't really matter right now because Team BIT will be able to pick up their hero, and they'll just commit to it. For now, let's see. It is going to be the Farsa. Okay, they're trying out the Farsa for themselves. On to the other side right now, My Duck Bites has the opportunity to perhaps commit to. Okay, they are going for the two girlfriend combo, Hirara and Hanabi, the simp and her, what is the, like, no, I guess the celebrity and her fan. No, that doesn't make sense. Hirara is a Hanabi simp, very much so. So what will they commit to it? I'm curious to see. They go with the Grok, last pick. Any guesses, Yuna?
so dodge out Farshas for the extract with the Lapu Lapu will be jumping in with the bravest fighter. And the Marshal is there, so it's a nice pick, though if you are a good Hanami user, you are not gonna be the dark system, but if you are not that, but yes, you will be the dark system. And Hanabi has a good damage, plus she has the Sisimin with the ages combined, and they have a good frontliner Grok who can give a really good crowd control with the tectonic charge over there. See a Bashia. I guess Bashia gonna be a jungler. Utility jungler will be there. So let's see how it's gonna go because the Hirara damage is super high, but the Bashia sustain is still there. So both of the teams have a really good picks into their hands. They have the crowd control, they have the burst damage, and they do have the backliners who can dive into the backline to take out their damage. So it's pretty well balanced picks from both of the sides.
Yeah, and with this, we're right now heading into the land of Dawn Yuna. It's going to be My Duck Barks versus Team BIT in this BO1 scrims. We're going to be getting obviously the new hero, Hirara, showing up. Obviously, since this is scrims, not tournament, they are just going to be picking it out with no issues and give it a good practice run to themselves. Right now, both of them are going to be going for the purple. And Hirara with the double skill combo is going to be very interesting to see what it's going to be followed through. For now, with obviously both of them taking purple, they might be shifting their focus towards the opposite lane, or they can definitely Hirara, especially with the double dash,
exactly, they're starting with their crossover there. We can see both of the junglers have taken the blue buff from their jungle area, and you can see the Marsa providing a vision. He has the mobility advantage, but the Grok being very chunky, he can go for the invade too. But right now, both of the side of being careful, and they are just focused on their creeps, taking the farms for themselves. But you look at that mobility coming from that Marshall and the Basha trying to dive in, but now he's gonna go for the lethal over there. And I guess Hirara is still farming onto her creeps, and the Basha will be going to his red buff. So there's nothing much. Both of the sides are just focused onto their creeps and might be a little bit of poke onto the top lane. The roamer is present over there, but the team, by Dark Box, they are planning to go onto the EXP lane to give the trouble to the Lapu Lapu. So let's see where the trade will go to the team.
Yeah. And I think with this, everything considered onto the board, mid lane, we do see quite a lot of poking showing up for the side, of course, Team BOIT, and they're going to be retreating with the Farsa as much as possible. Right now, they do take a little bit of a step back, and with everything considered, they might not commit. I think we will have to figure out what is the... They are right now traversing towards the turtle. Might be trying to getting it pretty soon. What is it going to be is the big question. But let's see together, eh? Let's see together. Okay, looks like I'll be here alone for a while. Turtle does show up right now. Might be committing here immediately. Okay, here comes a feathered air strike. The turtle actually gets secured by the Farsa. That too, nonetheless. And right now gonna be getting... Okay, look at that. Might be able to take down the Marceline. Yes, they are able to. Let's go. Take a look into the side of my duck box. Do they want to go in more? They do not. They do not commit to it. And 1-for-1 score. And with that, by the looks of it, I think Hirara will have a lot of more comfortable spot to basically play through in this game. Anyways, since Yuna is having some trouble, I'll be covering up the whole game from this point on. Hirara, nice cameraman. Yep. You know, the fact that she only uses OnlyFans to attack, I mean, you know, you get my point, right? She only uses fans. So that makes her a deadly hero, because if you follow Chinese wuxia or any form of, and I mean, I do understand it, she is a Japanese hero, but the the fan attack, it actually originates from China. To be fair, a lot of things originate from China because it's such an old country itself. But now the Hanabi going for such aggression in the top lane when she did not have any obviously escape plan was very, very bad idea, and she's going to be suffering from that one. But right now we're going to be taking a little bit of a step back. Let's take a look. For now, we are going to be getting the bottom lane. Looks like it's going to be a good contention. Let's see. For now, Lapu Lapu is going to be fine. Gord committing to it. Top lane, Moskov is going to be able to push quite a bit. And, let's see. Badzar right now going for the Marcel. Bottom lane, Baxia does get cut in. Oh, there's going to be a really good ultimate from the Marcel with the golden hour. Captures into through, but is no follow-up, unfortunately. And right now he's getting punished by the Yu Zhang tremendously. He's almost going to get taken down. There's a conceal, but the conceal is not going to be saving him. Gordo with a tremendous good amount of stun right there. And they just commit to it. Anyways, right now, going back, the bottom lane, putting a lot of pressure. God comes in, White Chicken on that. Sky Piercer committing to it, 2x2. And Gord with quite a bit. I believe this is going to be an easy turtle by the looks of it, because there's no one that is trying to commit to it. Marcel does provide a vision, but okay, Baxia is actually trying to come in at the nick of time. Farsa comes in with a little bit of a burst right there, might not be able to commit. The turtle obviously goes to none other than Team BYT with the Baxia. Right now they'll take a little bit of a step back and perhaps rotate towards the other side of the lane, perhaps, because they did not get the turtle. They should not overstay. They might be making the mistake. But for now, let's see. They will go traverse towards the bottom lane. And with that, I think that turret secured. Yep, the turret is secured. And they are basically doing good. They don't have to worry about much. They just need to play in a good scaling, and they'll be done and dusted. They'll basically be able to capture the win before they even realize. But at the same time, there is there is a Moskov that they have to watch out for. The thing I'm mentioning is because the other side might have it much easier is because they have a Hanabi. Even though she's not able to perform that much right now, that same Hanabi is going to be a massive threat in the later phase of the game. So let's see what happens. With all of these things considered and everything, welcome back. If you're here with me, would love to have you here. But yeah, let's keep on continuing. Top lane, Marcel comes in. SOD doesn't really exactly connect. We get that. Okay. Going with the... Oh, great positioning coming here. Marcel captures the 2 with the golden hour, but sadly, the Farsa did not have the ultimate. Right now, Grok comes in with a tech charge. There's going to be the Gord coming in with the damage. They take down the Grok. At the same time, the Farsa is going to be punished as well. So many things happen simultaneously. And right now, Yu Zhang still going in strong, still fighting in. The anti-heal is not affecting that much as I expected. But right now, he's taken down pretty low. His dash does save him, but he's going to take a step back. Yuna, are you back with me?
Yeah, there's kind of some Discord glitch, so I'm sorry for that, but that was a really pretty, ultimate. Yeah, the ultimate was really beautiful from the Marsh and the Platinum Snap at the moment, the crowd control, and with their high damage as well, Bashi have the damage plus that sustain, and they were able to take that trades for themselves. And right now, they're gonna secure the objective too. That's pretty amazing. I guess they have already secured 2 of the objectives into their hands, and they have a really good trade. And with that, that's really a good lead for the team B. And as well, they have the advantage with the Marshal, the mobility, the crowd control into their hands. Look at that Marshal just going in so easily, but on the top lane, the Moskov over there, oh my goodness, it's survived the airstrike. Farsa securing the kill onto the Hanabi over there. Grok trying to just give the zone out, but oh my goodness, the Lapu Lapu shutting down the damage dealer, and as well he gets the punish out by the Grit.
Yeah. And with this, right now the Farsa is not having the best of her time. She's been taken down quite a bit, and she's been affected. Once again. What? I saw her taken down twice. What? She only has one death? I generally think I saw her taken down twice. I don't know. Am I daydreaming? But anyways, right now, the Hanabi Hirara combo, obviously, it is pretty funny, pretty entertaining to see it on the first day of her release. But hey, it's really good. Anyways, 4-7 score right now. The Hanabi is obviously not able to perform much right now since this is the early game. But let's see what happens. Golden Hour might be coming in any second, but they will go back for now.
Exactly. I mean, they might be able to do that because they have a good frontliner. If a Grok just give a really good save with the damage over there, but look at that god damage coming in with the platinum snap over from the Marshall, but he doesn't have the follow up. But ooh, look at the feather airstrike coming from the far, so dealing a high amount of damage. And look at that Moscow with his basic attack, just melting down the HP over there. And yes, the side mob will be getting the kill onto the Yuzong. Again, they are getting the trades and the pretty amazing, the set coming from the Marshall as well from the high damage from the Farsha and Moscow just getting the damage. I guess if the game goes more into the mid game, he will be really deadly for the team Ducks.
Absolutely. Ducks will be basically the sitting duck if this continues on right now. Oh, Farsa with a great burst coming in is able to take down Hirara, and right now Hanabi is able to dish out the damage that she really needed this whole time. Might be able to take down a Marcel as well, but she actually takes a little bit of a step back to defend it, but unfortunately she's not going to be able to defend it. And with that, Lapu Lapu coming in back with the bravest fighter. SOD connects in. Moskov, does he commit with it? I don't think he wants to commit so far into the wall. And right now they're going to be going back 5-9 score. And with this, Team BIT still has a lead, but oh, Black Dragon coming in back, might be looking in for perhaps the Moskov most likely, but he gets frozen in time with the golden hour. But there's the wall gonna be coming in. He still gets taken down, and with this, they will go back.
That was really amazing. Oh my goodness, the Marcel is still into the HP, and the Yuzong was thinking, I'm gonna grab this opportunity to take them down. But oopsie, at the time, the platinum snap just snapped out of nowhere, and he got frozen out with the Farsha with the feather airstrike, dealing the damage. Look at the Bashi again getting the kill onto the Hanabi. Hanabi is having a troubled time. She has the immune, but still she lacks kind of a mobility, and she needs the damage, her itemization. And the Bashi, he has the damage, he has assistance, and he just gets the kill. And there's the first lot of the game, and I guess it will be really easy for the team bid because there won't be any contest coming from the side of the team my Ducks. And yes, the Lord is into their pockets, and oh my goodness, that's pretty amazing. Moscow getting the Lord, so they have to defend out this Lord, but it's a first Lord, so it's not going to be that hard, but still they might lose some, like the towers for them.
That's what they've been trying to do, but unfortunately they've not been able to get it. And right now the Moscow is actually even putting in the pressure towards the bottom lane. Oh, look at that. Oh, what an engage onto Badzer. He is out immediately, out of there. And with this, the Farsa does put a little bit of pressure, but the Lord is going to be coming in. That's what they need to take care of. But the Hanabi will for sure watch it out. At the same time, the Yuzhong with the Black Dragon, I think that was a little bit too early, mate. Like, why did you commit? There was nothing to go for. And right now, Baxia looks like he wanted to do something, but he's just going to go back Yuna.
Exactly, like he needs to be careful, he only have that mage right now, so the Moscow is onto the bottom lane, so he won't be committing that fight. But look at that, Lord is coming up, so I guess the Holy Blessings only will get down, maybe one tower will be taken out, but let's see the team, my Ducks, they have their damage clear, so they will defend out. I guess the Holy Blessing will be down over there, but ooh, the buff is getting stolen out, and yes, they were able to defend out, but they just lost out the second inner turret of the mid lane, which is important for them, so only the inhibitors will be standing out. Not much happening over there. I guess the team beat will be falling back right now because the Lord is gone as well. Fighting, around the area of your opponent might give a little of a disadvantage even you have the lead because they have the damage with tectonic charge coming up from the Grog. The Farsa gets taken out. The Marshall is trying to, use his ultimate over there. Grog will onto the HP. The Black Dragons driving into the team fight, but no, he's not able to mark onto the backlander properly. And yes, he just backs off.
Yeah. And 7-11 score right now. Pretty nice number, right? 7-11. And 30 minutes into the game. Wow. All odd numbers. What a coincidence. But anyways, it does look like Team BIT is not going to be able to. Sorry, Team Duck. My Duck Barks. I swear to God, this name. But my Duck Barks, they are really not having the best time. They do have the Hanabi and the God, which are going to be the main crucial factor to carry the game forward, but I'm not too sure about it. And at the same time, it's very evident. Hirara just came out, bro. Unless, I guess, you have access to the advanced server, you're not going to be that efficient at it. He's definitely struggling to play the hero, and that's pretty much visible. And that too, here's a little bit of a mix of a combination of Lancelot, I would believe, because she has immunity, but that's the thing. If a hero is like Lancelot is there, there's going to be complications like Lancelot. You need a really good micro like Lancelot, and you need your team to do the job so you can go do the cleanup. It is not a hero that you can just pick up like Leomord, and it will definitely go gung-ho and work out for you, right, Yuna?
As exactly, Hirara has the combos you need to, learn out the micro as well, the passive, and you cannot just pick up and, just play it out. She is an assassin type, so obviously you'll have a hard time. She's not a fighter. So, again, the second Lord, Moskov gets it. The Black Dragon trying to dive into the team fight, but right now he needs to back off. The Platinum Snap is over there from the Marshal, but only the Grox get captured over in the situation. The Black Dragon diving in, the Farsa with the Feather Airstrike dealing a damage, but the sustain coming from the Grok over there, the God with the ultimate over there, melting down the HP, but the team beats the backup because they know the Lord is arriving and they need to be all together so they can end this match. And also we can see one of the inhabited falling down of the top lane, and only the two are standing. Holy Blessings are also taken out, so they need to defend out, but it's a second Lord. They might be able to because they have a damage dealer, they have a really good frontliner, but also the team B, they have all this damage, they have the lead. So let's see what's gonna happen over here.
Yeah, and with the Lord almost melted, but it does come up at the cost of obviously losing out their inhibitors. Mid lane, a lot of pressure coming in with the Feathered Airstrike. It pushes them back a little bit. Oh, SOD connects, but unfortunately that's a little bit too deep towards the base. They might be able to end the game right now, right here at this point. But with everything considered, let's see if they continue to defend it. They do have a good... they have a Hanabi which is really impeccable on defense because due to her petals, she can hit multiple minions simultaneously. Let's see what is going to be the follow-through. For now, 7-11.
Oh.
Okay. Lapu Lapu goes back.
You was getting, look at that Feather Strike coming from the far side, dealing a damage, but they're backing off. They're trying to just clear out the minions. And again, last tower, the inhabited falls down, and the base is wide open from all of the three sides. The super minions are coming up. They need to clear out these minions. They need to go and farm. They need to, engage too, so they can get good trade for them. But right now, the team, My Ducks, it's best for them to stay inside and just clear out those minion waves and take an advantage when the team beats come for a fight. They need to put up a really great set from the Grok, tectonic chart. And they do have the damage dealer. If Yuzong is able to take out, one of the backliner, even the Farsha or the Moskov, it can work out. And also it in the meantime, their third Lord will be appearing soon. So if the Lord is into the hands of the team beat and they give a really good team fight, it will be the end for the team My Ducks, and they are already lacking a lot of things into their hands. Again, the Feather Strike coming out to just clear out the minions over there into the mid lane. And the team My Ducks, they are being really defensive at this point. And again, the Marshal diving in. The SOD comes from the Moscow over there, and it comes out. The damage lowering down the HP of the Grok.
It's just tremendous amount of damage, that the fact that even the front line is not able to do much about it. But Grok with the tech charge with Gord. What an impeccable communication coming up from the side of the My Duck Barks. And with the Moscow getting taken down, they might just be able to capture the Lord right here as well. Let's see what happens. For now, the minion pressure is going to be building up as much as possible, and the Lord is out, left and open, but they do not have their marksman to really commit to it. Let's see what happens.
Exactly. The minions are over there. It's the super minions which are really strong and fast enough. But the team B, they don't have their damage dealer. The crucial one, that is the Moskov. So, they will just, play around, wait for him so he can just respawn and they can start this fight with the Feather Airstrike coming up to just, want them to go back. But, look at that. The Hirara is into the team fight, but still they need to be careful whether to engage or whether to not, because it's a crucial Lord as well. Their base is wide open. One single mistake mistake, and everything can blown apart for them. So let's see what's gonna happen. Because the Moskov comes up with his SOD into the river area, and the team B, they are in a very hurry to take this lot, and the Frog is providing the vision, but also the jungler need to be careful, and as well the Hirara needs to go in. The retribution battle coming up. Oh my goodness, the frag with the retribution over there gets the lot, but the Grox get taken out. Shows over there with the high damage, and the B Gaming getting the kill as well. The user getting the shutdown, and only the Hirara and the God is surviving. Though they got the lot, but they just lose out their 3 of the main, members of their team.
Yeah, and with this, I believe the base is wide open, but the Lord is a issue. But at the same time, look at that. The Moskov does not care. A single minion is all it takes. They do get a killing spree, but it doesn't really matter at the end. Regardless of that, Team BYT gets the victory with it was a pretty fast-paced game. We did see a lot of brawl. We did see a lot of team fights. But ultimately, this game is going to be going to the hand of Team BYT. And congratulations, guys, for obviously gaining another scrims win. And we're looking forward to, of course, seeing you further into the future. But yeah, for now, we are done with this one. I guess nothing much to say with the result. It was a pretty much one-sided game, slightly one-sided. They did try to get a few kills, especially the combo of the Gord and the Grog was really beautiful, to be fair. But sometimes that combo is just not enough. But with all of this, we are done with the game, and we're going to be heading towards the next one pretty soon, ladies and gentlemen. So make sure, of course, you stay tuned and liking the Hanabi. I see the streamer's intentions. But yeah, jokes aside, we're going to be obviously looking forward to the next match that's going to be happening pretty soon. And thank you, Yuna, so much for coming up and casting. It is really nice to be casting with you after a long while. And I guess she's gone. So I'll be taking a short little break. And oh, you're here?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm not gone. It was a really good pleasure to cast with you after a very, very long time.
Yeah, same here. But yeah,
Yes.
right now, we'll take a short little break, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you don't go anywhere. Stay tuned at Algambo Esports MOBA Warmup Clash Series. We'll be right back.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. This is the warm up clash by Algambo Esports back again with another matches. Now again, there is a reason why it is a best of one because there are a lot of teams who are upcoming to have scrims. Make sure they have daily practice in. And for today's, we do have Team Mavericks versus Team Diomeds. But before that, let me welcome you. So Sky, hello, so Sky. How are you doing?
Peachy, thank you for that warm introduction and welcome. I'm doing absolutely like you how you are doing. So let's just say how you are doing.
All good. Excited to see what we will be having because, most of the teams who come up here kind of tend to run towards comfort picks as well. So we are in for a ride.
Well, yes, obviously, and I love when people go some. I think unhinged might be a wrong word, but unorthodox is the right word. So I love when people go unorthodox with the picks because we have seen a lot of cliches pick. The Sue use the Leo mods of the game. We know roaming. We know like high lows and Atlas of the games. Still, Atlas is just popping off into the meta, but we know the Kalia, the high lows. These are like even the Khalid and the Hilda. These are like cliches pick. But as you said, in this Algambo esports scrims we only get to see comfort picks, and I would love to see a Sunroam. Please, I want to see Sunroam because I have seen a lot of Sunrooms in my rank games. So I would like to see a Sunroam in this, in the scrims. Okay, there's a Zoshin pick. Pretty much. You know, here's your Zoshin by the way.
Okay. We love to see what it is going to be to counter a Zushin because there is something like a Zetian, almost likely even a Lilia can work very well. But for Mavericks, it may be a bit interesting to see because comfort hero picks can be a thing. For now, since Paquito is not there, there's the Phobius, which is not being picked up. And to counter that Zushin, it's going to be a bit of a close range hero along with a long range. That's going to be the Eve. Now, Eve is such a great support kind of a team fight hero, given the fact that she immobilizes, she slows, and actually gets damage. So that kind of a gameplay, we are up for it. And if the Sora as well as the Eve are able to combo it together, while Sora just brings all of the enemies in the Eve's ultimate, that's gonna be very spectacular. But as for it, there could be many hindrance that could be coming in.
Yes, absolutely. And there is the I know I think it's I think it's too early for Sora to be this early to the party because I think Sora is not that of a good EXP in terms of if you ask me a 4VS or a Paquito. And Paquito's ban that Phobius was open. I'm surprised that they didn't pick Phobius. But as you said, Peachy, it's comfort over meta. So I'm just gonna go for the Sora. I will bet on the Sora. But there is the Benetta that has been picked off, but there is the Leo mod as well to counteract that. They've gone for a Fredrin against a Leo mod. And I think Fredrin kind of, have a difficulty to face against that Zushin. Because they don't have enough bodies to throw at Zushin. The bodies by bodies I mean you should be having a lot of high HP heroes to counteract that Zushin's passive Lantern Flare. And that's how you counter Zushin along with long range burst. So they have the long range poke or the burst that we speak of as a Eve, but they still lack, I should say, body because the Fredrin is kind of a squishy in terms of early game, and the Sora is obviously the squish, like kind of a squishy also in terms of EXP lane. But into the second banning phase, there's a carry ban as well as Harith ban. Okay, there's a Marcel. Marcel hasn't been picked off. Ho ho ho! I didn't notice it.
Nice. That is a bit interesting to see how the Marcel is getting banned at the very late stages of the bans. But hey, it's all good. You still have heroes to pick and look forward to. And as of now, it is going to be a Kator Kacha coming in as the ban. Looks like Team Diomedes have done their homework. They are known that this kind of a hero can be coming in. And as for the Gatot Kacha, there could be another explanation to why is it because of the Eve. That could be such a good, Eve's counter would be a Gatot Kacha, but there's a chance that you just pick it up for yourself. So banning it out is all good. But for that, Mavericks have gone in for a Beatrix, wielding four different types of guns, making sure the lanes or even sniping or even the short range or the normal Nibiru. I would love to see if this Beatrix is a shotgun Beatrix.
Well, absolutely. I would also love to see that, but there is the Freya as well, into the God lane, and I suppose it's. I think it's kind of a no-brainer type of, I would say, pick because you have a damage EXP. You just need a little bit of sustain with the front line. You have the Leo mode and the Freya for sustenance, and you got a Camilla with the Curse of Blood. I think it's a combination with Zushin's Lantern Flare. If you use your Lantern Flare onto someone, and if he's connected with the this Curse of Blood, they also get knocked up. So it's pretty much a wombo combination coming from side of team Diomedes. Mavericks, they have the last pick. They will go for a Billeric. So I think they're going for some anti-dive. So it's going to be difficult for Freya as well as this Benedetta as well as this Leo mod to go against this Billeric. And I think Billeric is a good pick against the Zushin as well because you have now that ability to exhaust her passive and her mana. So I think Team Mavericks with the last Billeric, I think it's kind of a good pick in terms of my opinion and my experiences. So what do you think about that, Peachy?
Ooh, this is gonna be interesting though, because there's no direct counter towards the Carmela, but there is the soft counter that is here from the Belleric. There's gonna be the taunts coming in from the Fredrin as well. There's Belleric, but let's not forget Diomedes. They do have a potential for a team fight with the Carmela, with a Benedetta, and obviously let's not forget the Freya as well. They can wombo it with the ultimate from the Carmela. So I'm kind of curious to see if that is going to be the case or not, or will Maverick show us the dominant side? Because I do remember them from the scrims. This was like previously before the tournament, so we will have to see how they are going to play.
Well, absolutely. You said it just, you just said it very, very profoundly right. And also, now coming back to the Land of Dawn, guys, this is going to be I think, game number 4, if I'm not wrong, and it is going to be between Team Diomeds and Team Mavericks. And this is going to be the scrims of the Team Algambo Esports. So do like, share, subscribe to the stream, and these scrims are pretty much held on every week. So do not miss out on this action, and you can also practice like a kind of a tournament kind of experience in this scrim. So do follow us onto our all social media panels so that you get updates, weekly updates for your spot for the scrims. And now both the jungles are starting with the red buff, so I suppose Blaze is going to go for the top lane gang and Onimaru is going for the bot lane gang because they both have started with the red buff. I would like to see that where is the gold lane side. So, okay, Fredin going with the standard gold lane rotation. However, I think EXP focus rotation from the Sleo mode. I think, what do you have to say about that, Peachy?
Oh, now that's gonna be a little interesting because hey, that kind of a rotation is just a little bit outdated. But onto the top lanes, that's gonna be the Petrify from mine and the first blood onto Mars. But onto the bottom lane, 1v2 situation comes in for this Freya, who is very confident that she's gonna win despite being a 1v2 situation. But there's a lot of confidence, my friend. But we are yet to see what the team is going to do.
Well, absolutely. Like, as I said, there's going to be top lane rotation. We just saw that Carmilla went into the top lane as well as Bene with the Petrify leg to blade combination. And I think she used an eye for an eye into the top lane, and that's how Sora just went down. Okay, there is the positioning for potential team fights.
Oh, let's go. Let's see if Team Diamonds can pick up another kill, or are they going in for the turtle? Now, the turtle will be a very good decision right here, but okay. Onimaru thus gets spotted out very quickly, and while mine just comes in as the level 4 quickly, he's the one helping out Blaze as of now. Retribution battle is going to be very crucial for the side of Team Diomedes, but there goes the retribution into the hands of Diomedes. They get a kill. Blaze, he tried to go for more. Onimaru thus gets taken down. Next on the chopping block might be Fly, but the low mana and the low HP is just enough. For now, Raf is just playing in the area of the enemy, and that is not good. But top lane though, even before Fly can actually go for a recall, taken down. Not even 5 minutes into the game, still Team Diomedes are getting that advantage.
Oh, that's a little bit of an overextension. We can see there is a possible fight. Okay, there was the Valkyrie descent, but nobody holds there. Okay, Peachy, look at that.
Let's see. Once again, the Eve's ultimate is gonna be such a problematic for Sharjax, who does get taken down. Raphael, taken down. That's gonna be G-Razy. But the curse of blood was just enough. Uryu takes away a kill as well. My goodness, the amount of damage Diomedes and the map control they have right now is crazy.
Well, that curse of blood was pretty much commendable, if you ask me, and that I think Team Mavericks just went too I think too inside, but I still think not too inside, but I think they just kind of underestimated that curse of blood potential to have that kind of damage, because as I said, there is going to be a combo of the lantern flare as well as the curse of blood, and that's what we saw into that team fight, because there was a curse of blood, three mans connected, there is a knockup from that lantern flare, and we just saw three-man knockup with that curse of blood and combination from the Zushin. And okay, now again, there's going to be a fight. Onimaru kind of in a very detrimental situation right there.
Yes, sir. Unstoppable for the Zushin, who's been picking up members one by one. Gets another, goes in into the turret, tries to gets fly as quickly as possible. Her knockups are really helping the team, and the Skypiers are getting that maniac as well. What a play from Dex. Can she be going in for the Savage? That's highly possible since Mars just jumps in. He's trying to deal damage for Blaze, trying to take away the bounty from him. He does manage to do it at a very specific time. The Savage is out of the way, given the fact that the time has just passed out. But Mars, as well as Dex, they are on a fight, but it's legendary for the Dex.
Oh my god, that's 903. And I think that suppose that was a mania coming in from that Dex right there into the previous team fight. I suppose for a Savage, I think it just it was just too late for the Savage. Would like to see some itemization, because I think Team Diomedes is kind of in a very good situation right now. If you look at the itemization, that's a 4500. Oh my god, she is absolutely ahead from every member of the side of Team Mavericks. We can see that bottom lane there is a power of okay, was trying to use the ultimate of that Beleric, but again a curse of blood.
Blaze though. He takes out the retribution turtle, but legendary onto Dex. Having the Zushin open is definitely a curse right there, and they are making use of that very perfectly. Uryu trying to get out of the way. G-Rezi still right there, but no, that is going to be G-Rezi getting stunned out while Fly positioning himself very safe. Now, again, you know what is it going to be for the side of Diomedes with the Freya. You are going to just clear those lanes. Look at that. Lane will be cut off right there. And even though there is a taunt, it doesn't matter. There's no one coming in for the backup. But Onimaru jumps in. But at what cost? He doesn't have damage. He doesn't have items.
Absolutely right there. Mavericks, as I said, they are just going to be busy just clearing these lanes. Again, there is a four, I think approximately now we can just say there is a 5k difference or a 44.5k difference between the farm of both the teams. Diomedes are actually ahead 4.5k, and that's approximately two itemization extra for the side of team Diomedes. And especially this Dex, he is quite far ahead in terms of mage to mage battle. So I think Team Mavericks, they still need to, wait for power spike of their Beatrix and play around Beatrix, because right now that Curse of Blood combination, they need to do something about that Curse of Blood combination, because we are every time we are seeing their Curse of Blood along with that Lantern Flare, and now we can see there is a team fight participation coming in from the side of that Benedetta. And then an
That
eye
is
for an eye and Electroblade combination and the Valkyrie Descent, it's just too much to handle. So they need that Belric. They just need that Belric, they just need that Belric online, because his power of dryads actually can, use that power of dryads just to disengage, but he's still not using it. I think he doesn't have it right there.
That's true, though. I mean, he does have it, but he's not getting the timing. He's not getting the window of opportunity. As for Dex, who jumps in with the Lantern Flare, look at him. There goes the Curse of Blood onto two members, and that's where he pops with the Wrath of Triad. Is it enough? No, looks like the team members are falling down from the side of Team Mavericks, one by one. Three members down for one. Uryu, who was the tank, but Fly, though, got stuck in a very bad position. That's a wipe out.
That's how you kill a fly, because I'm pretty much irritated by flies nowadays. But I mean, That's just some other reference, guys. So uh, I mean, he just used he just used the power of dryads, into the nick of time this time. But it's just too late now because they are just too much from. We just needed that power of dryads into the early part of that game because that was just too perfect of a power of dryad. But he wasn't just sustaining that much damage. He wasn't able to sustain that much of damage into the early game, so he couldn't use that power of dryad. But we can see into the an eye for an eye, sorry, an electroblade combination right there, an eye for an eye as well, right there, Peachy.
That's true, though. Once again, there is E with the immobilization, but it is not enough since I must have the damage, have the gold, have the kills as well. Look at them having a massive 21 per kills on their hands, and compared to that, Mavericks 6. That is not even 1/4 of what Diomeds are giving them. The turrets are being opened up, and with the turrets being opened up, the next decision would be the Lord.
Well, yeah, absolutely right there. I think they just should go to the poor for the lot. They are enjoying their time in this match because they know that they have a lot of damage, but still they shouldn't, count Team Mavericks out because Team Mavericks, I think it's kind of a similar ring to has a very familiar ring to my ears. They still have that damage. They just need a little bit of time because right now they're actually a lot behind than Team Diomids, but still if Team Diomids makes a mistake, gets shut down to either Beatrix or maybe a Fly, I mean, that might be proved detrimental for the side of Team Diomids. Still, 34 seconds for the next Lord. I still think Team Mavericks can make a comeback. They still need that timing, the timing of the power of dry. They just need that because I really feel that Beldrick can prove a lot in this match. But look at that. I mean, oh my god, come on, Beldrick. You just use your power of drives. Come on, Leo Mod was just near you. We can see into the bottom lane, Peachy. I think they are. I think they are just dead right there. Obviously.
Okay, so fast triple kill once again into the hands of Tex. Look at that domination. Is he going for a maniac once again?
Oh
Yep,
my
highly
my
possible
goodness.
fly.
Ho ho.
He's been squatted time by time. I feel poor for that guy, but my goodness. Zushin, 1707.
Where
Crazy.
are you? Yes, yes. That's absolutely crazy. Look at where he is recalling, man. That's a very very grave danger zone right there. But still, he's just fine because he just have that much of farm and farm difference as well as the momentum he has and the Freya getting the bottom lane structure. Where are you, my goat? Where are you, my raid? This is a Zushin that you talks about every time, right? Because look at that Zushin, 1707, approximately 90% team fight participation from this guy. It's just absolute insane. And if you talk about Team Mavericks, I mean, if only if Team Diomates just don't end this game early, I think they still have a chance. They don't count them out, right? Because Team Demons is taking their sweet time to take down the structures because they still haven't taken down the mid lane and the top lane tier 2 structure. So I still think there's still time left for the side of Team Mavericks right there.
It, they do have a bit of a time as of now since they have just taken down the Lord while the team is just making sure to get all the possible farm right there. And as for Dex, I do believe he has enough, so it's kind of better to leave it out for the other teammates who can pick up the defensive items as quickly as possible since they will have to dive in. And with the dive in, the minions should be also the one getting synced off for Mars. He's trying to get off from the turret, but he is just making sure that the turret survives. But unfortunately, that's not going to be the case. Holy Shield will be still there for the top lane. Lanes are getting cleared off. Mid lane is there. The Lord's coming in, and this night might not be the Lord that we would be seeing the end.
Only if, I will put only if again, Peachy, if the curse of blood doesn't connect to 5 people. But there is the curse of blood. We speak of that, the devil, and the devil came right there.
Yo, Marcy Johnson, he tries to pick 3 people. Varuri will be the first one to fall down along with Blaze. Now, Fredrin did get a kill, but G-Razy is coming up. He gets 200 gold, but Tex surviving that. He picks up a 2 kill. Double kill right there. Trying to go for more, but he is very, very low right now. Even 2 hits from the minion would be game over for him. And now that Team Mavericks have done a successful, that too a very successful one, the defend, hats off. Even though they don't have gold onto their hands, not even kills, not even items, yet they pulled off this kind of a defense, making sure the turret survives.
That was a very, very bad engage coming from Uryu right there. I think he just went in, just thought that he will just curse a blood onto the five people, and um, basically that's GG's for the side of Team Mavericks. But Team Mavericks had other planned. And shout out to this Power of Brides guy, because he that was a needed Power of Brides along with that Sora to engage and make the backline safe so that they can give out the damage, and rest is history, guys, because they just made, I would say, they just got the 3 kills without any casualties. That's a big win for the side of Team Mavericks right there. Right now, gold wise, still they're ahead, 8k ahead, but still Team Mavericks has gotten slight, they have gotten their core items, because if you see the itemization right now, they have gotten their core items, so now they will start to get, now Team Diomeds will start to feel damage coming from the side of Team Mavericks. If you look at that, if he has a divine glaive, I don't know why he's bought that small sword, but still he has an anti-heal. Now he might go for that wishing lantern. And still look at the despair, the husk claws right, also right, they're going for the rose gold meteor, this Beatrix. Still, I think instead of husk claws, could have gone for a DHS maybe. But still think husk claws is much better for the sustenance. Let's just see how the plays it out in this. For the second Lord is going to be down by the side of Team Geomage right now, and in the top lane they are waiting for that. Sora is waiting for that guy. Okay, right there.
Mine looking good right there with the petrify combo,
Huh?
but he has to get out of the way, looking quite low. He manages to survive, but Dexter, he is absolutely getting all those kills. Look at that. Looks like Rafael also had a very good chance to take away the tank as well. 20 seconds left. I mean, from the death counters, they have 20 seconds, 25 seconds left, and the Lord is coming in. What are they going to do? Diomeds, what is your answer?
Well, that's a Electroblade combination right there, guys. Onimaru is just getting caught into the lantern flare. There is the ultimatum Nibiru, but Onimaru still not enough tanky and will fall down. There's a Volcanic descent onto onto that Beatrix. He will get stunned,
Oh,
and he
no.
getting the kill onto that Uryu. But by that kill, your game is over, and that's a GG's. Team Diomets, what a gameplay they have played in this game. I think they just got okay. Zushin just got 20 plus kills in this game. What an absolute beast of a hero to be having if you snowball the game.
My goodness, there's no doubt that the Zushin will be the MVP. 2108. Are you kidding me? That is definitely a lot that we are looking as of now. And crazy enough, that they had a very good aggression. Like once Dex started picking up kills with the Sky Piercer, as well as his items was completely come up as quickly as possible. And so far, only the close person who was kind of near onto the enemy side would be the G Razy in terms of gold. Look at that.
I mean, what can I say? Like they play just absolute like a beast. This Dex. So, congratulations for the side of Team Diomets on winning this game by a sheer dominance. And I hope Team Mavericks learn from the mistake and they will not repeat that into the future, the future scrims they will be having. So I think Pichi, you know, I heard your opinions about this game. So I would also like to hear some other opinions by you that what could have Team Mavericks done differently to, in order to avoid this kind of dominance that has came on the side of Team Diomets in this game.
Yo, meds. Again, having the Zushin open for the enemy first pick was just not it. And on top of that, they couldn't get their jungler farmed up nowhere near the river area as well. So that was kind of unfortunate. But crazy enough, Diomeds do get the game. Maniacs on Maniacs, Zushin. What a play.
Well, absolutely. And I think this was the second last game of the evening, guys. We will be back with another game. So until then, we will take a short break along me, Solski, along with Peachy. But before we go, please make sure to like, share, subscribe the stream. And also, if you go onto our description box, we are having our Discord, Instagram, and every other social media. So please do follow us on to those social media panels in order to get regular updates. So make sure you follow us onto our all social media panels and subscribe and hit the bell icon. And I think I just got a new information, guys. So this was the last game as because of our, the last game that was supposed to happen. The team is not responding, so this will be our last game, guys. So we will see you guys tomorrow with the new scrims. Until then, I Solski along with Peachy. Well, see you guys tomorrow, and we will be having a break till tomorrow. See you guys. Have a good night. Have a safe night, and please do take care of yourself.